Hello everyone. I hope you're doing well today. But even if you're not, I want you to stay for this one because this video might be the most essential, the most unpleasant, and maybe even the most life-changing video you'll ever view on this channel. Nor because I'm special, nor because this topic is fresh, but because of one cruel, inescapable truth. You and I, we both have 24 hours. So do billionaires. So do athletes. So do world leaders. And yet some individuals utilize those 24 hours to build empires, while others use time to scroll, moan, and wait for motivation that never arrives. That's why this video is hazardous, because if you view it with an open heart, you can't lie to yourself anymore. You won't be able to say, I don't have time, because after this film, you'll know exactly how to use your time. And if you still don't act, the truth is you're not stuck. You're just okay with wasting your life. But I know something about you. You don't want to waste your life. You want to accomplish more, be more, create more, alter your behaviors, learn English. Develop your dream, but your time is running whether you use it or not. So, in this video, I will show you not just 10 random recommendations, but 10 of the most powerful, practical, and tested ways to use your 24 hours like the most successful individuals on Earth. I'm not here to inspire you for 5 minutes. I'm here to transform the way you see your day, your routine, and your future. And if you're serious, truly serious, then at the end of this film, you will have no more excuses left, only choices. Because once you know how to use your 24 hours appropriately, your future is no longer an issue. It's a decision. Not only is this film profound and life-changing, but it also helps you improve your English in a simple and natural way. Let's begin. Way 1. Plan tomorrow before you sleep tonight. Most people lose their morning the night before. Let's be honest, how do most people go to sleep? They check their phones, scroll for 30 to 60 minutes, worry about life, maybe think, tomorrow I'll try to be better. Then they sleep, without direction, without clarity, without a plan. So what happens next? They wake up bewildered, psychologically weary. They squander the first 2 to 3 hours just figuring out what should I do today. And by the time they decide, half the day is already gone. But the top 1% of people do the reverse. They treat their nights as a preparatory zone. They don't let tomorrow just happen. They design it. What you should do before you sleep every single night, do this. Take 5 minutes. Write down 3 priorities for tomorrow. Not 10, just 3. Visualize them getting done. Keep the list beside your bed. This is not just a productivity technique. This is how you teach your mind to wake up already focused, not hazy. Imagine 2 people. One goes to sleep after watching 40 reels. The other writes, finish English lesson. Record 1 video. Call client at 3 o'clock p.m. When they both wake up, guess who moves faster? The second individual doesn't need to decide what to do. They just execute. Over 1 day, maybe no difference. But over 30 days, one is running in circles. The other is building a future. This is not about being perfect. This is about being intentional. Why it works? Your brain processes what you write while you sleep. Planning at night provides you mental tranquility and clarity in the morning. It stops overthinking since your brain thinks we already have a strategy. Every night before you sleep, write 3 things you want to do tomorrow. This tiny habit will save your time, give you focus, and make you feel powerful in the morning. Start with this 1 day at a time. But repeat it every night. This is how your dream begins. Not in the morning, but the night before. Way 2. Own the first hour of your day like a warrior, not a victim. What do most people do in their first hour? They grab their phone. They check messages, scan for news, open notifications. They don't even leave the bed. And now their brain is fatigued, preoccupied, and unfocused. They haven't even cleaned their teeth, but they've already seen 30 pieces of information. They haven't spoken to their own soul, but they've let the entire world speak first. And then they say, I feel lazy. I don't feel motivated. That's not laziness. That's brain overload. You're not fatigued. You're just scattered. If you want to take control of your day, your energy, your ideas, and your productivity, you must take charge of your first hour. And I'm not expecting you to be flawless. I'm not saying wake up at 4 a.m., take an ice bath, read 3 novels, and do yoga on a mountain. No, I'm suggesting for the first 60 minutes after you wake up, give your time to yourself, not the world. Because that first hour is where your identity is created. That's where the winners win. Not in the afternoon, not at night, in the calm of their morning. Now, let's go deeper. What should you do in the first hour? Keep things basic but intentional. Break it into 3 sections. 1. Quiet. 10 to 15 minutes. Sit calmly. Breathe. Close your eyes. Let your brain wake up slowly, not with a blaring alarm, but with awareness. You don't need to meditate like a monk. Just sit and listen to your breath. Why? Because this educates your brain to be calm before turmoil arises. Second movement, 10 to 20 minutes. Stretch, walk, do jumping jacks, dance, move your body in any way that improves oxygen. This informs your brain, we're alive. We're in control. Let's begin. Movement creates momentum and momentum breaks laziness. 3. Clarity. 20 to 30 minutes. Take out a notebook. Write 3 items. 1 thing you're grateful for. 1 thing you wish to do today. 1 sentence you want to remember today. Like my time is my power. Or read a book, listen to an audio book, learn 5 new English words. This sets the course of your thoughts, since if you don't choose your thoughts early, the world will toss random ones at you all day. Now, let me offer you a great real-world example. Think about the most successful athletes, CEOs, artists. They all have different jobs, different salaries, different personalities. But practically all of them have one thing in common. They don't start their day with noise. They start it with routine. LeBron James doesn't open TikTok at 6 a.m. Oprah doesn't read hate comments before brushing her teeth. Warren Buffett doesn't scroll Instagram in bed. They use the first hour to develop the state of mind they need to perform all day. And it's not just about success. It's about peace. It's about starting the day with strength, not tension. Because if the first hour of your day is weak, the remainder of your day will keep struggling for control. But if the first hour is powerful, then nothing can break you. This is how you become consistent. This is how you stop saying, I don't know where my day went. Take back your morning and your whole life will follow. Way 3. Focus on 1 high-impact assignment each day and win that day thoroughly. We live in a world that tells you hustle, do more, remain busy. But the truth is most individuals are not productive. They are just exhausted. They wake up and start doing random activities, send 5 emails, clean something, reply to 8 messages, watch 10 YouTube videos about how to be productive. At the end of the day, they feel fatigued but also empty, since they didn't move forward. They merely moved in circles. That's the sad truth of most people's 24 hours. They are active but not advancing. Busy but not building. And that's why this third step is non-negotiable. Every day, choose 1 task, the most critical one. And make sure you finish it no matter what. This is your high-impact task. It's the thing that if done makes the entire day feel like progress. How do you choose it? Ask yourself, if I only get 1 thing done today, which one will make my future better? Which one takes me closer to my goal? Not only today, but long term. Let's break it down with some real scenarios. If you're studying English, maybe your high-impact task is speaking for 30 minutes non-stop. If you're creating a YouTube channel, maybe it's finalizing your script or recording your voiceover. If you're building your body, maybe it's that 40-minute workout. No matter what else happens today, it doesn't have to be big, but it must be focused and it must be accomplished. Here's what this does to your brain. When you complete your high-impact work, you feel clear, proud, invigorated, and most importantly, in control. Even if the rest of your day is messy, if that one powerful task is done, you still feel like a winner. You don't need 10 flawless hours. You need one focused hour that hits hard. This is how the top 1% operate. They don't waste energy on 100 things. They focus on what matters most. Do it with intention and win the day. The rest is simply noise. Because growth is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters with all your heart, with no distractions and with no excuses. That one task done with serious focus every day for 90 days. That's how people transform their life. Not by working 18 hours, not by copying someone else, not by waiting for the appropriate time, but by mastering one thing a day over and over again. If you're weary of feeling stuck, overwhelmed, distracted, this is your way out. One task every day, no excuses. That's how empires are built. Way 4. Protect your growing hours like a warrior protects gold. Let me begin by saying something most people don't want to hear. Your dreams are not dying because you don't have time. Your dreams are dying because you don't protect the time you already have. In a 24-hour day, every human being has the same basic breakdown. About 8 hours are used for survival, job, school, duties. About 8 hours are used for sleep and recovery. And the remaining 8 hours, those are the most powerful, most deadly, and most wasteful hours in human history. Why dangerous? Because these 8 hours are where your true life is either created or destroyed. Most individuals waste these hours viewing films they don't recall, talking about people who don't matter, and doing things that don't impact their future. And then they question, why is my life not improving? Because the hours that are designed for change are being spent for amusement, but the top 1% they view it differently. To them, those 8 hours are precious. That's when they read. That's when they construct. That's when they learn. That's when they practice. That's when they alter their story. Let's be honest. If you work a 9 to 5 job, you come home fatigued. But between 6 p.m. and midnight, you still have 6 hours. That's more than enough time to learn a new language, develop a YouTube channel, work on your health, improve your English, start a side business, read 3 chapters of a powerful book, fix your routine, change your thinking, construct a better future. But you have to fight for those hours because the world will try to steal them through messages, applications, gossip, exhaustion, excuses. The idea is to treat those hours like they are worth millions because they are. The world's most successful people didn't miraculously find extra hours. They just refused to waste their growth time. There's a reason why Warren Buffett, one of the richest men on earth, spends 80% of his day reading and thinking, not working non-stop, not going from task to task, but evolving. Because he knows wealth doesn't come from moving. It comes from better thinking, better learning, and better behaviors. He preserves his growth time like a king defends a throne. So should you. Because if you let the world enter your growth hours, the world will govern your life. Here's what you need to do. Identify your growth hours. For some, it's 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. For others, it's 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It doesn't matter when. What matters is you choose them. Design those hours in advance. Don't say, I'll figure it out. That's a trap. Write a growth plan for those hours. 20 minutes reading, 30 minutes speaking, practice, 30 minutes developing your project, 10 minutes of journaling. Create a rule. No one can interrupt you. Your growth hours are your future's oxygen. Turn off phone notifications. Put it on airplane mode. Tell your family, these 2 hours are for me. This one decision to secure your growth time will make your 24 hours 10 times more potent. It's not about having time. It's about having respect for time. You're not too busy. You're just under safeguarding your future. Way 5. Replace thoughtless consumerism with intentional learning. This one step alone could repair your brain. And I'm going to speak it like it is. Your phone is not the problem. Your addiction to pointless content is. Let's take a reality check. How many times a day do you open your phone without a reason? Watch videos that teach you nothing. Scroll for 45 minutes and then exclaim, "What did I just watch?" Feel tired after consuming instead of energized? That's because you're consuming with no purpose, no direction, no boundaries. And slowly, without noticing, your mind grows heavy. Your focus becomes weaker. Your motivation fades. Not because you're broken, but because you're packed with junk. You're feeding your brain with fast food thoughts every single hour. And just like the body becomes sick on junk food, the brain gets weak on junk information. But here's the good news. The human brain is also the most versatile, most retrainable machine on Earth. If you change what you feed it, it will change what it produces. So here's the golden rule. Turn your consumption into education. Turn your distractions into direction. Turn your scrolling into strategy. Don't stop watching YouTube. Just modify what you watch. Don't stop using your phone. Just adjust why you use it. Here's what you can do starting today. Choose one platform to learn from every day. Not for pleasure, for transformation. Maybe it's English podcasts. Maybe it's a motivational video. Maybe it's a 10-minute TED Talk. One video a day that enhances your brain. Download 3 audio recordings that teach you anything. Listen while walking, cooking, or commuting. This turns dead time into growth time. Replace 15 minutes of scrolling with 15 minutes of writing. Write about your day, your thoughts, what you learned, what perplexed you. This increases clarity, language, memories, and control. Because learning doesn't need a classroom anymore. It merely needs a decision. Let me offer you one of the most striking real examples that illustrates this. When Elon Musk was asked how he built expertise in so many various sectors, space, vehicles, business, AI, his answer was simple. I read a lot of books. I talked to people. I learned not degrees, not genius IQ, but consistent focused studying. He turned every moment into a classroom. And so can you, since you don't need a school, you just a standard. You need to declare, my time is valuable. I refuse to squander it on things that don't build me. Replace mindless consumption with powerful intentional learning and your brain will stop feeling tired. It will start feeling sharp. This one shift can affect how you think, how you speak, how you live. Not next year. Way 6. Move your body to reset your brain daily without excuses. Let me start by telling you a truth no one talks about. Your brain is not fatigued. Your body is lazy. And that's what is killing your attention, energy, and confidence. We live in a world where everything is done by sitting. Work is sitting, studying is sitting, enjoyment is sitting, even talking to people is now done while lying on a bed staring at a screen. And slowly the body forgets how to move. But when the body forgets how to move, the mind forgets how to think. Here's what science has proven. Movement is not merely for fitness. Movement is for memory, for attention, for emotional power, for mental clarity, for dissolving anxiety, for releasing depression, for awakening up your actual potential. And here's what successful people do differently. They don't work all day and pray for energy. They create energy through activity every single day. Not because they're obsessed with the gym, but because they know. A still body develops a stuck mentality. A moving body develops a powerful existence. Think about the strongest minds in history. Steve Jobs tended to take long walks before making significant decisions. Nzi the philosopher used to walk up to 8 hours a day only to think coherently. Even current CEOs like Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook, and Mark Cuban arrange exercises. Not for muscles, but for mental mastery. Because your body is not only your exterior shell. It is the engine that powers your brain. You don't need a gym. You don't require equipment. You don't require 2 hours. You need motion. And motion can be a 15-minute morning stroll, stretching while listening to an audiobook, dancing in your room with energy, 30 jumping jacks between tasks, push-ups while watching movies, deep breathing with arm movements. Every time you feel stuck, heavy, lost, tired, bored, don't go to your phone. Go to your feet. Move even for 60 seconds and you will feel it. Not someday, not after 1 month, in minutes. Your mood will alter. Your mind will unlock. Your attention will return. Your soul will feel alive again. And that's not incentive. That's biology. There's something deep inside the body that says, when I move, I am safe. When I move, I am powerful. When I move, I am becoming. Look at the military. Every single day, no matter how exhausted, no matter what assignment, warriors wake up and move. They train. They march. They stretch. They lift. Why? Because they don't have time to feel sluggish. They need their head sharp and their determination unbreakable. And they realize it begins with the body. Your life is your mission. Treat it like one. Move like someone who's battling for something greater because you are. The body is the first battlefield. Win there and the rest becomes easier. So don't wait to feel like it. Feelings follow movement, not the other way around. Start moving and observe what occurs. Way 7. Say no without guilt. Because every yes has a price. This is one of the most painful lessons in life, but also one of the most potent. If you don't learn to say no, you will spend your entire life saying yes to the wrong things and wonder why you feel fatigued, lost, and disconnected. Most people don't lack time. They just give it away too easy. Let's be honest. How many times have you said yes to things that didn't benefit you, didn't thrill you, and didn't grow you? You said yes to rumor because you didn't want to be impolite. You said yes to scrolling with a friend because you didn't want to feel left out. You said yes to helping someone even when you were fatigued, just because you were terrified to disappoint. You said yes to just 5 more minutes and wasted 2 hours. And each time you paid with your attention, your energy, your growth, your ambitions. You cannot become your best self if you're constantly being pushed in 50 directions, and this is why successful individuals are not simply busy, they are protected. They guard their time. They protect their attention. They protect their energy like it's precious because they know the truth. Time is life. And every yes is a piece of that life you'll never get back. If someone asks you for $100 every day, you say no. But when someone begs for 2 hours of your time, you say yes again and again. Why? Because you've been brainwashed to feel guilty for saying no. But listen intently. Saying no does not imply you're impolite. Saying no does not imply you're selfish. Saying no means you're finally putting your aspirations, your mental health, and your purpose above distractions. You don't need to argue. You don't need to explain. You don't even need to feel awful. You simply say, I'm sorry. I have other priorities right now. I'm focusing on something vital. I'm not available, but I appreciate you asking. That's it. Your future will not be built by the things you say yes to. It will be built by the things you refuse to let in. Look at folks like Bill Gates. He was famous for blocking out full weeks on his calendar with 0 meetings just so he could think, read, and focus. People begged for those time slots. He said no, not because he's arrogant, but because he realized the value of saying no, even to fantastic opportunities. So he could focus on the proper ones. And if billionaires are saying no to secure their future, you and I have no excuse. Say no to gossip. Say no to your 20th notification. Say no to those who drain you. Say no to everything that doesn't grow you. Every yes has a cost. Start spending your life more wisely. And the instant you do, you will feel something strange but powerful. Peace. Because tranquility doesn't come from accomplishing more. It comes from doing less of what doesn't matter. Way 8. Create pause moments in your day. Because even lions rest before they hunt. Let's begin with something the modern world has forgotten. You are not a robot. You are a human being. And human beings were never created to be in action 24/7. But look around. Everyone's rushing, pursuing something, going from one screen to another, from one notion to the next, from one app to another app to another app. No pause, no breath, no silence, no stillness. And what's the result? Mental exhaustion, emotional upheaval, overthinking, stress, burnout, and the worst part, a life that feels rapid but empty. You start the day full of vigor. But by 3 p.m., you don't even know what you've done. You just know you're tired. Not because you're working too hard, but because you never stopped to refuel. You never halted. You just kept going. And that's the mistake. The truth is your mind is not a machine that runs better the more you utilize it. Your mind is more like a battery. And every few hours it needs to be recharged. Not by food, not by amusement, but by stillness. Successful people realize this. They don't just work hard. They recover smart. They have pausing rituals. Think about this. Pilots don't fly non-stop for 12 hours without stops. Doctors don't operate for 14 hours without pauses. Professional athletes, the strongest, fittest people on planet, stop between sets, take water breaks, stretch, breathe, reset because they realize rest is not weakness. Rest is preparation for greatness. Now, how do you apply this to your 24 hours? You build 3 pause moments throughout your day. Morning stop before the world affects you. After waking up, before touching your phone, sit in stillness for 3 to 5 minutes. Nor meditation, nor discipline, simply being. Feel your breath. Feel your thoughts. You're reminding yourself this is my life, not the internet's, not the world's, mine. Midday respite between chaos and clarity. Somewhere between lunch and afternoon tiredness, take a 10-minute reset. Step away from all screens. Walk outside. Close your eyes. Drink water gently. Listen to silence. This isn't wasting time. It's regaining your ability to think clearly. Night. Pause. Before you sleep, not scroll. At night, before bed, establish silence again. Not with music, not with a podcast. Silence. Reflect on your day. Ask, what did I learn? What am I proud of? What should I stop? This one pause offers your brain permission to end the day quietly. It enhances your sleep. It helps your clarity. It enhances your future. And no, you won't fall behind by pausing. You will go ahead faster since you'll be resting with intention. Remember this forever. If you don't pause, your mind will break. But if you halt even for a few minutes, your mind will reward you with creativity, power, and tranquility. Even lions rest before they hunt. You're not lazy when you pause. You're becoming dangerous again. Way 9. Sleep like a warrior, ready for combat, not like a slave. Escaping the day. This might surprise folks, but it's the reality. If you waste your night, you will lose the next day before it even begins. Everyone wants to have energy. Everyone craves motivation. Everyone desires a clear mind. Everyone wants to be focused. But 90% of them are trashing such things every single night. They go to sleep with noise. They go to sleep with scrolling. They fall asleep holding a phone like it's their pillow. Their room is full with light. Their brain is full of stress. Their schedule is full with mayhem. And then they ask, why am I exhausted in the morning? Why can't I wake up early? Why do I feel heavy even after 8 hours? Because it's not just about how long you sleep. It's about how deep and peaceful your sleep is. And that relies on how you prepare for it. Sleep is not simply healing. Sleep is preparation. Think of elite soldiers. When they sleep before a mission, they don't waste time. They don't scroll. They don't party. They prepare because the next day they need to be sharp. And your life is no different. Every day you're joining the battleground of life. And if your thinking is hazy, your spirit will feel feeble. So here's how you master sleep. Like a warrior. Power down your mind. 1 hour before bed, cease ingesting information. No social media, no notifications. Let your brain settle down. You don't feed a machine right before you shut it down. You let it cool first. Same with your brain. Create a ritual. Let your body know it's time to relax. That routine can be warm shower, reading 1 page of a book, writing your 3 goals for tomorrow, sitting in solitude. Do it every night. Your body will start falling asleep faster and deeper. Make your room a sanctuary of rest. No bright lights. Keep the room cool. Remove clutter. Use a low-light lamp. If possible, keep your phone in another room. This sends a message to your brain. This place is for serenity, and your brain responds accordingly. Wake up with a reason. Don't merely sleep to escape the day. Sleep with purpose so you can wake up with strength. When you sleep with your goals written down, when you sleep with clarity, when you sleep with silence, you wake up ready to develop, not merely survive. And here's the most powerful reality about sleep. You are not lazy if you sleep deeply. You are strategic because the sharper your thoughts, the faster your decisions. The faster your activities, the quicker your results. And the secret to a keen mind is not more coffee. It's better sleep. So don't chase success by eliminating sleep. Build your success while protecting sleep. It's not about being weary and proud. It's about being well-rested and dangerous. Way 10. Repeat a terrific day until it becomes your great life. Here is the last truth. Success is not hidden in some secret spot. It is hidden inside a single day and your ability to repeat it. Let that sink in. Everyone is looking for the next big secret. The new software, the perfect timetable, the life hack, the shortcut, the miraculous incentive. But they are neglecting the most powerful system in the planet. 1 solid day repeated without excuses. That's it. Because one day, just one way you wake up with clarity, plan your goals, protect your energy, study, move, create, grow, sleep with calm. That one day is more powerful than 100 days of misunderstanding. The problem is not that people don't have nice days. The trouble is they don't repeat them. They treat every day like a different movie, new mood, new excuse, new goal, new diversion. But the truly successful, they live the same powerful day over and over and over again. And the outcome, consistency, momentum, development, mastery, clarity, a life they are proud of. Let's go deeper. If I asked you right now, what does your perfect day look like? Most individuals would have no answer because they never designed it. They never studied their own life. They never took the effort to figure out, when do I feel most focused? When do I have the greatest energy? What drains me? What strengthens me? What is the simplest form of a beautiful day I can repeat 100 times? This is your mission now. Design one amazing day. Simple, repeatable, powerful. That doesn't mean every hour is perfect. It doesn't mean you never fail. It means you construct a day that includes all you need to become who you were born to be. Maybe your perfect day looks like this. Wake up early. Move your body. Write down 3 goals. Study or work for 3 hours deeply. Take breaks. Learn something new. Connect with someone worthwhile. Create something. A video, a post, a lesson. Walk in the evening. Sleep on time. Start again tomorrow. That's it. One fantastic day. Now do it again and again and again. That's how you stop waiting for the right time. That's how you stop beginning over every Monday. That's how you stop saying someday. That's how you develop a life people respect. But more crucially, a life you value. Here's a real-world perspective that shows this truth without utilizing any fake scenario. Look at Michael Jordan. Why was he the greatest? Not because of one magical match. Not because of some secret talent. It was because he showed up to practice with the same zeal he had in a championship game. He did the same shots, the same drills, the same routines day after day, year after year. He didn't wait for motivation. He didn't reinvent everything. He learned the foundations and repeated greatness. That's why the world calls him a legend. And if legends are built by repeating the right day, why are you squandering your days pursuing something new, something different, something exciting? You don't need more different. You need more discipline, not perfection, consistency. Because the truth is, you already know what works. You just don't do it long enough. This is your final most powerful step. Design one strong day and repeat it until you no longer recognize the life you're living because you've built something 100 times greater. If you've made it this far, then something inside you is still alive. The dream, the fire, the hunger, the belief that you can accomplish more, that you can become someone greater. And I'm not here to sell you motivation. I'm here to tell you the truth. You already have everything you need. You don't need excellent English. You don't need rich parents. You don't need a lucky break. You need one thing only. Respect for your 24 hours. Because everyday existence provides you a full tank of time. And you get to choose where to drive it. Some individuals drive it into remorse. Some drive it into excuses. Some push it into transient pleasure and some, a rare handful, drive it straight into purpose. Now ask yourself, where have you been driving your 24 hours? Because from this moment forward, you are no longer allowed to say, I don't have time. From this moment forward, your 24 hours are no longer just a routine. They are your weapons, your armor, your blueprint, your foundation. You are constructing something powerful now, one day at a time. No more lost hours, no more false starts, no more little living. This is your moment. And I want you to remember this one final sentence. Forever. Every second you waste is a second you steal from your future self. But every second you utilize with purpose is a gift that will improve your entire life. Use your 24 hours like your dream depends on it because it does. Thank you for watching. Now close this video and go develop the life you were destined to live.